Iowa basketball had their end-of-season banquet last night, and many Hawkeyes received recognition. I'm Taylor Bartz.
And I'm Laura Belanda. Aaron White has been named the recipient of the Chris Street Award for the 2014-2015 season. White was honored with this award at the Hawkeyes' end-of-the-season banquet Monday night.
The Chris Street Award is given out every year to a Hawkeye basketball player that best exemplifies the spirit, enthusiasm, and intensity of Chris Street. Chris Street was an Iowa basketball player who died in an auto accident in 1993 in his junior year.
White ended his career scoring 1,859 points while posting 901 rebounds. White was also first in free throws made with 618 while posting 16 double-doubles in his time here for the Black and Gold. He also capped off his senior season by being named a first-team All-Big Ten player, the 25th player to do this in Iowa history.
In addition to the Chris Street Award, White was also honored with the team's Best Rebounder Award for a historic fourth time. Junior Mike Gazelle was named the Hawkeyes' top playmaker in 2015. Anthony Clemens was named Most Improved. Gabrielle Olashany and Jared Utoff shared the team's Defensive Player Award. Freshman Dom Ewell was named the Newcomer of the Year.
The Iowa baseball team has been on the road 25 of the 32 games they have played over the first 9 weeks of this season. The Hawks have won 23 games, including 8 in their Big Ten play.
We caught up with Coach Heller on where the team goes from here, as the Hawks have one more road game to conquer before they begin a 10-game homestand. Tuesday's game against Bradley will be a true test for the Hawks. Heller says this Braves team swings their bats better than anyone the Hawkeyes will face.
They have one of the better hitting teams that we'll see all year long, and from that standpoint, the way we've been winning games is with pitching and defense, with our our weekend starters being really good and doing a great job for us. It kind of puts us in a tough spot, and we need some pitchers to step up in these midweek games and hold people down, and we need to get our offense going. That's probably the biggest thing that this team needs to do.
The upcoming midweek contest will bring out a real challenge for the Hawks, considering they have struggled with them so far this season. Heller stressed the importance of these games and how they can affect them later on in the season.
I think they definitely affect decisions at the end of the year if you put yourself in a position where you're close. That's the way it works, and this team knows that. I mean, it's one of our big goals is to win as many of our midweek games as we can, and we're off to a rough start with that. But we've also been beaten by some teams that I think are pretty good.
In playing such an offensive team like Bradley, the Hawks will really need to step it up and get those big hits that they haven't been getting during previous midweek games.
If we do start hitting like we're capable, I mean, it's going to make things a lot easier, because in the midweek games, a lot of times you have to outscore people, and that's why we've lost the midweek games we have, is that we just haven't hit, and our pitching for the most part has done a decent job, but we just haven't scored the runs.
Getting this last road win will give the now 14th ranked Hawkeyes the big boost heading into their stay at home as they face off against Cornell on Wednesday at 6:05.
The Iowa softball team is coming off a big weekend as they were able to clinch their first conference series win over Wisconsin with a 3-2 victory on Sunday.
Sophomore starter Shayla Starkenberg pitched a career-high 11 strikeouts, and senior Megan Blank hit the 25th home run of her career to secure the win for the Hawkeyes. The win brings the Hawkeyes to a 14-31 record overall and 5-9 in conference play, while the Badgers dropped to 2-9 in conference action.
Iowa will return to action at Pearl Field against Iowa State on Wednesday at 6 p.m. for the annual Cyhawk Series.
That's it for us here tonight, but tomorrow we hear from 2 more Hawkeye football coaches in the weekly spring press conference.
We will also dive into Iowa rowing to get an update on how the rowers are doing this far into the season. Blake and Hannah, back to you at the desk.